Hi, I'm Jim Munro, and this is SunSpeed. The Monaco Grand Prix, the glitz, the glamour, and Chris Hockley.
I knew that was coming, Jim. You're a cruel man.
Now, much as we'd love to be in Monaco, we're here at St Katharine Docks, which is central London's only marina, but equally as beautiful, I'd say. It's a bit warm here, feeling a bit of the heat, and someone else who felt a bit of the heat in Spain was Maldonado. He came up with an incredible win. Can he do it again, Chris?
Well, do you know what? I think he can. Monaco is his specialist circuit, and just by coincidence, Monaco is the next race. He was sensational there in GP2 and very good in F1 last year until he got punted into the barriers by Hamilton. What really surprised me in Spain, Jim, was how nonplussed he was after that win. You know, the guy's never finished higher than 8th before, and yet, you know, after the race, he didn't seem surprised at all. Which is amazing. I mean, I've got to hold my hands up here. I think I'm on record at the start of the season as saying that Maldonado and Senna were Williams' weakest driver lineup ever. Well, not now.
Yeah, we've got you on tape. We've got the proof at home, everyone. You're guaranteed we can get him. We've got Hockley at last.
Can't get it right every time.
Now, of course, with that win, does this mean we're going to see a Williams revival?
Well, probably a bit premature to say that. You know, it was great in Spain, wasn't it, to win on the weekend when they were celebrating Frank's 70th birthday, and of course that dreadful fire afterwards. Bit early to say a revival. I think they're going to go well at Monaco, but let's see after that, see how they get on.
Yeah, but the point is that Maldonado and Williams came from absolutely nowhere in Spain. So how do we explain that?
Well, I'm not sure I can, Jim. It's another one
Have
of those.
a stab, Chris. Have a stab.
It's another one of those cases, isn't it, where just a driver in a car lit up the tyres and shot off into the distance. You know, but you know, it's not just me being dumb. The Lotus engineer Alan Permain, he was asked why the Lotus was so fast early in the weekend, but didn't run away with the race like everybody thought they would, and he replied, "I honestly don't know."
So even F1 engineers at the peak of their profession can't help us.
Well, no, they can't. I mean, it's what we were talking about in the last SunSpeed, Jim, isn't it? You know, get certain cars, certain drivers, certain tyres, and whoosh off they go into the distance, and nobody really knows. But I don't think you'll find many F1 fans complaining.
No, well, we're enjoying it, aren't we?
Well, fantastic, yeah.
Okay, well, let's have a look at the drivers themselves then, and start with the McLaren pair, Lewis and Jenson.
Yeah, well, Lewis was a bit of an unsung hero in Spain, actually. You know, unusual to describe him like that, but you know, had to start last on the grid, came up to 8th. You know, fantastic drive, cut through a lot of people, and you know, way better than anybody else in qualifying. You know, a terrific drive, and he's so calm this year, isn't he? You know, he's got every right to start ranting, as we'll talk about in a minute. But you know,
you've touched on it there. Let's discuss it fully. McLaren, experienced Formula 1 team. Are we honestly to believe they don't know how much petrol to put in a car for a qualifying session?
It wasn't quite like that. It was a mechanic and turned the wrong knob or whatever they do.
I mean, they've got a fool guy, a stooge.
Yes, and he sort of took out petrol from the tank where he should have been putting it in. And by the time he realised his mistake, McLaren thought it was too late to get Lewis out for his final qualifying lap. That was another goof, actually, because they did have time to fill the tank and get him out again. You know, I mean, it's been said before, but McLaren are making too many mistakes, and the drivers must be getting seriously concerned about it. But you know, see how they go in Monaco, eh?
Jenson, a fantastic win in the first race of the season in Australia. He's sort of slipped into the background since then. What's gone wrong with him?
Well, I don't know. It was a bit of a moaning mini in Spain, wasn't it? Nothing was right. The setup wasn't right. He couldn't make it work. You know, he's off the boil. There's no doubt. He slipped to 6th in the championship. The worrying statistic for him is it's 5-0 to Hamilton in qualifying. Every race Hamilton's been faster. Jenson needs a performance in Monaco. He needs another one of those dashes down the pit straight after a win, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have had 5 races, 5 winners, 5 teams. We have spoken about the unexpected, which we got with Maldonado. Who out of the top guns has impressed you so far?
Well, I think it's got to be Alonso. I mean, you know, that Ferrari is nowhere near as good as the rest of the top teams, the cars they're running. But there he is, you know, joint lead of the championship. You know, a win under his belt, a great second in Spain. He's worth a few bob for the championship now, isn't he? You know, he's only going to get stronger and driving really well.
You get the feeling you could stick him in a cart and he'd still be there competing.
He would, Alonso. Yeah, he's a very, very hard driver.
Yeah. unlike his teammate Felipe Massa. What on earth's going on there?
Well, I kind of knew you were going to say that. It's a bit sad, really, isn't it? He's just not coming to the party. Ferrari's behaviour kind of puzzles me a bit. One week they say to Massa, buck up, you know, you've really got to score some points and help us out. The next week they say, you've got our full support, you know, and this is a pattern that's been going on for some time now. I think the only thing you can guarantee about Massa, Jim, is that he won't be on the grid in 2013. How about Mark Webber in a Ferrari? Those rumours are gathering momentum.
Yeah. Or Lewis Hamilton, perhaps? I mean, he's not got a new contract yet at McLaren, has he?
No, and he seems to be stalling on it. Obviously, his new management team, relatively new anyway, Simon Fuller, they'll be after a megabucks deal for Lewis next year. Yeah. But then, you know, it's difficult to see where he'd be better off, really, than at McLaren. I mean, obviously, he would appeal to Red Bull's what I might call youth market.
You slow it down for the kids, Chris.
Yeah, they'd like him to have him on board, you know. And Mercedes are making whispers that they wouldn't mind seeing him in a Mercedes either. Yeah. You know, but as I said, I don't think he can really go anywhere better.
Okay, well, it's that time of week again. It's the Hockley hot tip. What are we going for?
It wasn't so bad last time, was it?
No,
Alonso each way and Raikkonen. Well, I think Maldonado will go well. But, you know, why don't we make it 6 winners out of 6 races and go for either Hamilton or Raikkonen? Raikkonen's been knocking on the door. Hamilton's had a lot of bad luck. If I had to choose between the two, let's be patriotic and go for Lewis.
That's what I like to hear. Good man. Okay, and also let's hope there aren't any shunts like Mr. Perez suffered last year. Left seeing stars after that.
That was a biggie, wasn't it? And, you know, affected him for several races after that. They've actually moved that barrier back at the chicane, the one that caused the trouble last year as they come out of the tunnel.
Right.
But bet your bottom dollar, I think Sergio will still be very wary of it.
I was going to say smashing. Perhaps that's the wrong way to end.
I don't think he would like that.
Thank you very much. Okay, now don't forget you can follow all of this weekend's action on the Sun's website at thesun.co.uk/motorsport.